Good morning, Colts Nation. And welcome back to another episode of the No Horsing Around podcast, brought to you exclusively by the Lounge Room Network. As always, I am one of two dudes that are talking Colts. I'm one of your hosts, Stephen Burton. And on today's little short episode, I feel like we got to talk about it, you guys. We got to talk about Mike Strachan, this potential draft steal stud that we apparently have picked up. I don't know how. So let's backtrack this a little bit. Let's kind of let's retrace our steps just a touch. And we'll kind of look at where he came from, right? So Mike Strawn out of Charleston. Okay, and I want to clarify, you guys, this is not West Virginia. This is not any really big time school. This is Charleston. This is a very low level school, and just look at his stats. Like if you're watching this on YouTube, love you. If you're not, please jump over to our YouTube channel, punch that subscribe, and make sure that you're watching these. But basically, for those who are listening on Apple, Spotify, or iHeartRadio, he really played about 3 years at Charleston. First year, not much. Second year, looking pretty good. 48 receptions, over 1,000 yards, 8 touchdowns. Third year, that's it. That's the blowout. That's the one. 78 receptions, 1,300 yards, 19 touchdowns. That's what you look for when you spend a draft pick on a lower level player. You're looking for that. And obviously, last year, 2020, season got wiped out due to COVID. Y'all know, if you pay attention to this channel, I had a chance to speak with Mike briefly. He did a lot of training. Obviously, Charleston's season was shut down. Lower level schools didn't really play, didn't really participate in the season last year. So he had to kind of makeshift it. He kind of had to roll as you go, per se, and see kind of what he could, what he couldn't do. So, I mean, he lost that time. Obviously, that's probably what resulted in him maybe being a slight later pick, just a little bit. I mean, not much. I mean, not too much later than what probably people were prognosticating. I don't know, whatever the word is, that they were looking at what he thought coming from that lower level school. They probably didn't think much of him. Colts go out. Colts spend themselves a 7th round pick number 229. Okay. But look at the measurables, you guys. 6'5, 226. Coming off of a season when the last time he played a full season, 19 touchdowns. The dude's very dominant. Y'all know my co-host, Zach Boyd, was at training camp recently. And one of the first things he told me was, dude's got a wide receiver body. Dude's got an NFL body. Dude looks like an NFL player. He looks every bit of the position. He looks every bit of what you would be looking for in a in a wide receiver. And dude, all he's done at this point is just really truthfully show up and show out. Y'all know I love that from last year, but really that's what he's done. He's done nothing but kind of show up in camp, make big play after big play after big play. The dude really is. He's a training camp stud. And here's how you know it. Here's how you know that people are opening their eyes a little bit and paying a little bit closer attention to him. Dude, the Colts Twitter page is tweeting out videos of him. And this isn't let's clarify too why I wanted to throw this out here. He makes Monday Morning Quarterback by Peter King as someone to watch in camp. And he's not doing these things, you guys, on third and fourth stringers who are going to be bagging groceries in 4 weeks. He's doing this against Xavier Rhodes. As of the recording of this episode, we've started the kind of cross-team scrimmage practice, whatever you want to call them, with the Panthers. And obviously, he's done some against the Panthers. One of the greatest things, one of the funniest things that you can find is you can find it, and I don't own any of this material. These are a lot of these pictures are pictures that we find. This is just from a tweet. So I want to put this up for the people who are watching the videos. If you've not seen this, this is this is him. Now watch closely. This is him against JC Horn, top 10 pick in the draft. Number one corner coming out of college. And look, he puts him on skates, you guys. Just on skates. It's insane. It's insane the talent that he has, the talent that he displays. And the important thing to realize, you guys, is it's not just like a one off. It's not. I mean, you can look at all these videos from the Colts putting up. There's another one from, as they go, Mike the Playmaker. I mean, just making play after play after play in training camp. Dude looks like he belongs. He 100% looks like he belongs in the NFL at this point. So the question is, I mean, that's not even the best one, you guys. Obviously, the biggest one that we all look at that everyone really pays attention to is this one right here, which is the lovely one-handed catch that he makes against our none other than our cornerback one. Let's watch it again. This is against Xavier Rhodes, you guys. One-handed, corner of the end zone, 2 feet down, 6. I mean, he he has looked legitimately every bit of the potential to be a starting wide receiver in the NFL. Now, the question becomes, you guys, is where does he fit? Me and Zach have talked for weeks, months about these wide receivers. We know T.Y.'s 1. We know Pittman's 2. We know Pascal's 3. We know Paris Campbell's 4, right? Then you can jumble those up any way you want. You can have Pittman be 1. Obviously, we've come out and said we think by the end of the year, Pittman is 1. You can have Paris at 2. You can kind of, fluctuate, mix, throw them into a bag, shake it up, and throw it out there, and you're going to have kind of whatever order you want. But those are the top 4, right? So who's 5? I think in the preseason, and actually in the OTAs and the practices, we all felt kind of maybe Desmond Patman, Ashton Doolin, Patman because he's been in the system for a year, Doolin because he plays special teams. We all love DeMichael Harris. He's fast, he's speedy, but he's smaller. Those are 3 of them, right? And then you have this late round pick that all he does is come in here and he makes you watch. Your eyeballs are drawn to him first because of his size, just his sheer size, you guys. I mean, let's remind everybody again. Let's just remind everybody 6'5", 226. Okay, 6'5", 226. Shout out to playerprofile.com. They have a great little. I mean, he ran a 4.5, you guys. 4.5 40. That's 6'5", 226. I mean, it's just insane. It's insane, the body type. And your eyes are drawn to him. Zach talked about it, that when he was at camp, your eyes are drawn to this guy. I think he makes the roster. I don't think he's a flash in the pan in the training camp. I'm super excited to see him in the preseason game coming up against the Panthers. I'm super excited to see him in the preseason period. I don't think at this point you can stash him on the practice squad. I'm saying it. I'm saying it right now. Dude is the training camp stud. He is the blowout player. He's Paris Campbell from 2 years ago when everyone was talking about how great he was. He's Paris Campbell from last year when everyone was talking about how great he was. It's Mike Strachan. Mike Strachan is the player, offensive side of the ball of training camp. He is the surprise of training camp, no doubt, hands down. So, Colts Nation, watch him. Watch number 17. Especially watch him on Sunday. Let's see what he does. But the dude is putting legitimate corners on skates in practice and cross-team scrimmages. Let's see if he does it in the preseason. It's not unheard of. Victor Cruz, Antonio Brown, Pierre Garçon. Late-round draft picks can 100% show up and show out, and he looks to be that way. So buckle up. Let's see what he does, okay? As always, Thank you guys for taking your time listening to this, watching it on our YouTube channel. If you've not subscribed, please make sure you smash that subscribe sub button. As we learned on our live stream, you can also say teabag it like Quentin Nelson does. That's going to be our new little thing. If you're listening on Apple or Spotify the day after this, we appreciate you. Make sure you hit the follow, subscribe, whatever it's going to be. I love you. Zach, even though he's not here, he loves you. I'm out, you guys. I'll talk to you next time.